Welcome back. In this vlog we have prepared something special. Because of the nature of this virtual event, we don't have the opportunity to have you here personally in Peru visiting the different blueberry fields. So we are bringing the fields to you, to wherever you are in the world. We are gonna kick off the virtual tours by visiting Hortifrut, one of our main sponsors for this summit. During this visit, you're gonna learn about different aspects of Hortifrut's operations. Once the tour is finished, we are gonna have a Q&A block with a company representative, and the same goes for all the virtual tours. Don't forget to use the chat to ask your questions. So let's go ahead and visit Hortifrut. Enjoy the tour.
Ms. Fernando Mendez, and I'm part of Hortifrut Peru. It's a pleasure to have you here with our virtual field visit. We will tell you what we do here in Chao La Libertad. So we'll start with our genetics team. In our genetic program, we have multiple exceptional selections that hide to their size, firmness, sweetness, low acidity, and crunchiness. As a representative of the genetic program here in Peru, today I'm here to introduce you Day1, the new blueberry variety that has been developed by Hortifrut in the Chao Valley. This is a variety that does not require coldness. It's sweet, crunchy, and we are sure that it's going to meet all your expectations. To execute this important test, we have improved high technology equipment. We have trained our team so they can be up to date with the use of these new technologies. The genomic unit, it's a fundamental part of the future development of the program, incorporating new analysis tools for our decision-making support. Now I'm going to invite you where do we do our nursery. Our plant nursery, it's a very special place. As a company, we have two in Chao with a consolidated capacity of 6.5 million plants. The process begins in the maternity where we receive the imported plants so they can acclimatize. Then we'll go to the fattening process to promote the growth in a container that has greater volume. It's important to specify that this fattening process is accompanied by an integrated management of pests and diseases along with a fertilization program to ensure top quality parameters. Thanks to the over 30 years experience within the company, we have a rigorous quality protocol, allowing us to ensure that the plants are capable to express all their productive potential in the field. Finally, it's important to specify that our plants are cultivated along the Peruvian coast from Piura until Ica. We have 1,800 hectares located in the coastal intervalley of Chavimochic, A desert strip characterized by the sun being the main substrate and presenting minimal rainfall. That's why our fair irrigation is one of the main pillars for our success. Thanks to the pressurized irrigation system, we can locally prove and meteorological stations, we can determine this demand throughout the year. It is important to highlight that our water collection and storage infrastructure, we have a capacity of 2.3 million of cubic meters, enabling us to overcome the dry season. In relation to nutrition, each drop comes with different elements that the plant requires according to its phenological condition. This strategy is totally dynamic and personalized for each of the 16 varieties, and we continue with the Hortifrut tour. In this visit, it's clear that we strive for technological development and innovation, always looking for the best product. So we can proudly say that we are the largest producer of blueberries in the world, utilizing resources in an optimal, sustainable way. We apply this in all the locations around the world. Let me tell you a couple of details that are important that showed the commitment and the development in operational excellence that we have in Hortifrut. We work with more than different varieties of different genetic programs. And during the harvest, we can have more than 15,000 collaborators. All of them are trained in the best agricultural practices. The harvest can be in the bulk or direct harvest, and then it goes to the pot or the clamshell. This is transferred by our collaborators to the stockpiles, where we do the inspection of the product using the AgriTracer or AgriQC apps, ensuring the correct traceability from the harvester to its final destination. After the harvest, the blueberries are taken to our 4 stockpiles and cooling centers that are strategically located throughout our fields. The fruit is received, weighted, classified, and pre-cooled at 6 degrees Celsius, to then be sent to our 2 packing houses where we do the calibration, packing, and cooling of the finished products carried out at 0.5 Celsius degrees. In packing centers, we have high technological optical calibrators called Blueberry Vision that has 30 color cameras and 8 infrared cameras that allows us to analyze 100% of the fruit surfaces to detect any defects, allowing us to have the best selection and calibration of the blueberries. We also have packaging lines for the different types of harvest, such as conventional, hand and pack and bulk. In each packing, we have a water treatment for the residual water that is used during an operation and services, which allow us to recirculate the treated water so we can contribute to the reduction of the environmental impact. All our operations are carried out under the requirements and standards of quality and food safety, such as GGAP, FSMA, BRC, and SMITA, that are required by the most demanding and exigent clients. All this would not be possible without the enormous efforts of our team. That's why in Hortifrut, we are convinced that our team is the most valuable asset. This year, during the peak campaign, we project to have more than 18,000 employees. And as we want to generate the best working experience in the industry, we have developed a series of initiatives to guarantee that we have the best collaborators. The Champions Club is one of them. It's our harvester agricultural loyalty orientation programs, and it works throughout points. When the worker harvests a job of blueberries, earns points. So each can be exchanged for products and services that will improve their life quality. Also, because we're committed with the environment, we have innovated our digital signatures to make it faster, safer, and easier, our document movement, which are connected with our self-management application, Horti app. On the productive side, we have created the first Hortifruit industrial biotechnology laboratory in the world that aims to obtain microorganisms that adapt to environmental conditions and directly tackle main issues. The manufacturing of high-quality bio-inputs at a low cost that control the main sanitary problems of the field reflect a sustainable agro-industry because they leave no waste and generate value to the processes with continuous improvement. And finally, I want to tell you that at Hortifrut, we are promoting public works for taxes. The first one is Cunamas, which has already 100 children that are part of the program, which we expected to provide a balanced diet, among other things. This is an important contribution to reduce anemia rates, and therefore it's key to the optimal cognitive development and learning. We are committed with the communities that we interact, especially to the development of children and young people. As you can see, this is the story that we write day and night. It is filled with talented characters, and it takes place in the most amazing setting of all, Peru. And the best part is that we are just getting started because we were born to grow the best blueberries, and we know that we can continue providing the best fruit possible to our community, to the country, and especially to the world. Hortifrut.
You enjoyed this virtual tour to Hortifrut. Thank you very much, Hortifrut, for opening your doors for the whole world to know a bit more about your operations in Peru. Personally, I've been twice to Hortifrut. I've had the pleasure in visiting Hortifrut, and I'm impressed by the level of professionalism in their operations. Just a reminder before we move forward with the program, in case you want to hear the event in Spanish or in English, there is a tab in your screen where you can switch languages as you prefer. So now we are going to our Q&A section. Please welcome to the stage Rafael Quevedo, Chief Production Officer of Hortifrut, who is here with us today in the stage to answer questions from the audience. Hello, Rafael. Thank you very much for being here.
Hello, Luis Miguel. Thank you for hosting us, and it's a great honor for Hortifrut and myself being here in the IBO.
Great. No, it's great to have you here and participating today in this important event. So we're gonna kick off the Q&As for Rafael. Rafael, I have a first question for you. Rafael, it's about growers. Why do you think so many growers want to work with Hortifrut?
Thank you for the question, Luis Miguel. So Hortifrut provides an integrated solutions for growers by providing different services such as nursery, varietal development, grower support, irrigation design, field design, packing, marketing, logistics, and distribution. We connect more than 500 growers globally to a network of platforms where we market the fruit globally. So one of the main reasons that we are a better option for growers is that we are growers and we understand growers' needs. These growers' needs, as Hortifrut, being a grower, is something that we can tailor solutions for them regarding specific varieties, regarding specific growing regions or growing production systems, and help them with grower support throughout the whole value chain and enable them to perfect their operations by having a connection to all the production platforms that we have worldwide. On top of that, we market on the main growing regions of the world, and we are able to supply the main retailers of the world. So Hortifrut does this by providing a transparent platform and systems that enable to allocate the correct fruit to the correct customer on a continuous basis. Therefore, we are able to maximize grower profitability by at the same time providing commercial differentiation.
Great. Thank you, Rafael, for that. We're going now with our second question of the day for Hortifrut. We saw in the video how Hortifrut has commercial platforms in many countries and you serve clients all over the world. This question it's tied to that. How has Hortifrut become the world's largest blueberry grower and marketer?
Okay, thank you. That's a long question. But if I have to choose the main reason, I would focus on its crystal clear mission statement, berries for the world every day, which has not changed since its 38 years of creation of the company. That vision has enabled us and has made us really focused upon developing a grower supply worldwide and at the same time getting into the needs of specific customers worldwide. We are close to the customers because we have these commercial platforms all around the world, so we hear them firsthand, and we're able to understand what are their needs, how that demand changes and evolves through time, and therefore we're able to specifically also tailor the supply and grow in different regions at the same time. So that's been one of the major assets for Hortifrut in this case since the beginning. So that crystal clear mission, berries for the world every day.
Great, yeah, having that crystal clear mission, I think you put it perfectly, Rafael. I think it's also really important in order to achieve this position as the biggest blueberry grower in the world. So let's go to our next question. Rafael, what can you tell us about Hortifrut's varietal development in Peru?
Okay, let me give you a quick introduction into Hortifrut's varietal development. So Hortifrut has been breeding for over 18 years. And within our program, we have developed 18 different blueberry varieties. They're mainly focused on low chill, mid chill, and high chill regions. That's where we started doing breeding. But in the past years, actually 6 years ago, we started doing breeding here in Peru. And by doing that, we were able to have a new release. We have a new variety. So after 6 years, we have our first result. It's this variety called Divine. So Divine is a variety that has been selected for its main characteristics. They are productivity, firmness, size, and a superb flavor that we just described as Divine. So we are very proud of that variety, and we hope that this next year we're going to be able to also release 3 new varieties. We understand that varietal need is a change. It's a change not only for our industry here in Peru, but worldwide. Blueberries are becoming a more trendier consumer good, and people want to not only have blueberries, but also get delighted because of their flavor and the crunchiness and different characteristics. So us at Hortifrut are always combining 2 factors, production or efficiency. So we target profitability on growers, so the varieties have to be very productive, they have to be firm, they have to travel, and at the same time delighting the consumers. So by mixing those and focusing on those, we're able to advance with our breeding program. So very excited about what's happening here in Peru.
Great, yeah, we see every day a much more demanding consumer with more demanding requirements, and it's great to hear how we see more and more varieties being grown, for example, here in Peru, in order to adapt to the different market requirements. So, well, thank you for that answer. Let's go to our next question. It's about organic production. Rafael, you have a projection of growing in organic blueberry. How many have you? I think this question was to say, what's your forecast for organic production? I don't know if you could tell us a bit about Hortifrut's plans regarding organics.
So, talking about organic and going back to one of our presentators in the morning, organic is meant to grow. It's meant to grow very closely related to the natural growth of the industry. So we don't want to push organics too much. It needs to grow accompanied by a demand. So normally organics represent between 30 to 20% of the market, depending on which of the markets we're going to focus. For instance, if we're going to talk about United States or Europe, you can talk about those percentages. But if you talk about of China, there is not necessarily demand for organics. So I do think that organics are going to grow in Peru, very much like the industry is going to grow, so it's going to accompany that percentage. Hortifrut is growing, so we are always planting and enhancing third-party growers, so we're also growing in terms of organics.
Okay, great, thank you for that. Let's go with our next question. On top of your own production, have you developed third-party growers like in other countries? I think you just mentioned that, but you want to go ahead and answer this question?
Yes, of course. We have been able to develop alliances and different relationships with third-party growers in Peru. Not only we are marketing their fruit, but we are providing different services such as packing or logistic services. We're also providing genetics. So just to mention a few, we're working with Agrícola Cerro Prieto, we're working with Agrícola Don Ricardo, with Rapel, we're working with Alpine, and we're working with Agrícola del Parque. So on more or less, we are over 1,000 hectares of third-party growers here in Peru.
Great to hear that collaboration between different companies. Okay, let's go with our next question. Let's try to answer as many questions as possible. What is the competitive advantage of your commercial platforms? We're going back to the commercial platforms. What's the competitive advantage of them?
Okay, so there are significant competitive advantages of Hortifrut's commercial platform. So first of all, we're gonna discuss year-round availability. So while being a grower and being a diversified grower worldwide, we're able to supply year-round berries for our different customers. So we don't only have blueberries for the Peruvian season, but we have for the Chilean or the Mexican. So our retailers and our clients have consistent fulfillment of that demand. Second of all, it's very important to notice that we have a scale that permits us to fulfill the main retailers and the main supermarkets worldwide. So we are able to do that. So scale is also a big important factor. We are not only, I know it's the IBO, but the commercial platform, we are not only into blueberries, so we offer the whole berry category, so that's a big differentiation because supermarkets don't only want to buy blueberries, they want to buy different berries, so that allows us to actually be more desirable for the markets or for the retailers. Fourth, consistency. Okay. So being able to supply year-round blueberries is not only about the supply, it's also about doing it consistently year over year. Why we have achieved that? I talked about why has Hortifrut became the largest blueberry exporter and marketer in the world. It has to do with its alliances. Mm-hmm. So Hortifrut has different alliances worldwide in the production regions, in our commercial platforms, and those partners, those alliances, our partners, they are not only they are growers, but at the same time they own the fruit. So as we own the fruit, as we are growers, so our commercial platform never is lacking fruit because it's made of growers at the end. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily we talk about as a marketing or commercial platform, but it's a marketing platform for growers. So that enables to have consistent supply year over year, year round. Just to mention a few, so for instance, in the case of the States, we are partners of the first blueberry or the biggest co-op of blueberry growers in the state, MBG. We are partners of the second strawberry grower in the States, Nature Ripe Berry Growers, and we are also partners of the biggest blueberry grower in the West Coast, Mangrove Farms. And well, of course, partner Hortifrut, biggest blueberry grower in the world, and you have Nature Ripe Farms, which is our marketing platform, the biggest commercializer of blueberries in the States. In Europe, we have a very significant position within the UK market. We have the highest market share, and we have very long-standing relationship with customers. And you have to remember that UK is one of the best paying markets. So differentiation from genetics and marketing allow us to have that big portion of the market share. And at the end, last but not least, we talk about Asia. In Asia, we are partners of Joy Wing Mao. Mm-hmm. Joy Wing Mao is a company that belongs to the Lenovo Group. Okay. And we partner with them to be able to grow in China and to market with China. So we also have year-round supply in China to our platforms.
Great. Thank you for that answer. I assume it's a great challenge for you, and you're making a great effort to have all these alliances worldwide in order to satisfy the market. And again, right, to satisfy those more increasing customers that want blueberries 52 weeks of the year, exactly. Right? So I don't know if we have time for any other questions, or that was our last question. Okay, Rafael, sorry, we don't have time for more questions. I want to thank you for taking the time of being here with us on the stage. It's been an honor having you here as part of the IBO Summit. And again, thank you for sponsoring the IBO Summit. If it wasn't for companies like Hortifrut, this event wouldn't be possible. So thank you very much in the name of IBO and Pro Arándanos for that.
A pleasure. Thank you, Luis Miguel.
Just before we jump into our next video, I want to remind you that the commercial area is open 24/7. You can visit the commercial area at any moment. Please take the time to explore the different links that you are going to find in the stands of the companies. The stands have many functionalities. Please take the time to explore the links. For example, in the Hortifrut stand, you have links to access different rooms where you're going to be able to talk with specialists in genetics, production, and commercial platforms. So again, please take the time to explore the commercial area. Now, moving with our second tour of the day, we're going to visit Santa Azul. We're going to visit Santa Azul, where we are going to learn about post-harvest management, varietal, and beekeeping management. Let's go and visit Santa Azul.
Hola a todos los participantes del live.
Hello everyone from IBO. We are in Agrícola Santa Azul. Thank you for visiting us. This time it's going to be virtually, but we hope that next time it can be face-to-face. We're going to tell you a little bit about what we do here in the company. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Agrícola Santa Azul. Yeah. We are. Oh, you can go.
Que es del genetista Ridley Bell. Nosotros nos encontramos en el Valle de Caral, en Supe, provincia de Barranca, en Lima. Antes de tomar la decisión de siembra, visitamos diferentes locaciones en Perú y llegando a un consenso con el genetista y Family Tree Farms decidimos finalmente sembrar acá porque pensamos que era donde las variedades se iban a poder potenciar más. La locación se encuentra entre 500 y 700 metros sobre el nivel del mar. Tenemos un clima interandino donde tenemos días soleados, incluso ahorita estamos en invierno, pleno invierno peruano, tenemos días soleados y noches muy frías. Esa amplitud térmica logra que la fruta tenga una mejor textura y sabor. El sabor es bien clave para nosotros y muy importante. Nuestra temporada de cosecha va desde mediados de mayo hasta mediados de enero, pero tenemos un pico en los meses de septiembre y octubre donde concentramos 80% de nuestro volumen. Esa ha sido una pequeña introducción de Santa Azul. Ahora vamos a pasar a ver lo que es campo.
Acá en Agrícola Santa Azul cultivamos las variedades de MBO, Mountain Blue Orchards. Estas variedades australianas del genetista Ridley Bell son reconocidas mundialmente por tener un excelente sabor, firmeza y calibre. El calibre, la textura y el sabor son extraordinarios. Eureka, que es nuestra variedad principal y la más plantada acá en Agrícola Santa Azul, posee todas estas características y nos ha dado muy buenos resultados. Ya la estamos cosechando hace aproximadamente un mes. Tuvimos la satisfacción en el 2018 haber obtenido el récord Guinness al arándano más grande y pesado. Después, esta variedad requiere de polinizantes, con lo cual contamos con Splash y First Blush, dos variedades muy buenas, de muy buena producción, de muy buen sabor, como las que se pueden encontrar en el programa. Ya a partir del año pasado estamos cultivando la siguiente generación de MBO, que sería Eureka Sunrise, la cual está en su segunda cosecha y también nos viene entregando resultados muy interesantes. Después de probar la Eureka, estamos acá en un campo de Eureka Sunrise para tocar el tema de apicultura. Con el transcurso de los años, acá en Agrícola Santa Azul nos hemos dado cuenta que es un tema trascendental, ya que nos ayuda a mejorar el cuajado, a incrementar el calibre y a lograr un mejor estado fitosanitario de la floración y por consiguiente de la fruta. Al estar en un desierto y no tener ni una otra fuente de alimento más que la del arándano, nosotros tenemos que alimentar a las abejas y tenemos todo un equipo de apicultura, la cual está constantemente revisando el estado de las colmenas y alimentándolas periódicamente para que se mantengan lo más vigorosas posibles y así hagan su mejor trabajo, que es la polinización de nuestros arándanos. Y ahora nos vamos a cosecha para ver este proceso. Aquí en Agrícola Santa Azul ya estamos en el periodo de cosecha. Para llegar a este periodo tenemos equipos capacitados y comprometidos de riego, sanidad y labores culturales. El equipo de riego trata de ser lo más eficiente con el recurso hídrico y lo más preciso en la ejecución de sus labores. El equipo de sanidad tiene un área de control biológico y maneja un MIP para ser lo más medioambientalmente amigables posible. Y el equipo de labores culturales se encarga de poda y de cosecha, siendo la cosecha la labor más difícil y la que más colaboradores tenemos. Llegamos a manejar hasta 3.800 personas en pic de temporada de cosecha. Del tote, la fruta viene al atril, que está cubierta con una malla para que no le caiga el sol y no se caliente. La fruta se guarda de esta manera y luego es llevada por el javero al acopio campo.
¿Todo conforme?
Todo conforme.
Hola, mi nombre es Iván Berrospi y esto recién comienza. En acopio recibimos toda la fruta que se cosecha, cuidando la trazabilidad desde el cosechador, supervisor, válvula, variedad, además de hacer todo el esfuerzo para enfriar la fruta lo más rápido posible a 5 grados. Acompáñenme. Primero, recibimos la fruta que traen las trimotos destinadas al traslado de arándano desde el campo. La pesamos y tareamos cuánto ha cosechado cada uno de nuestros colaboradores de campo, según el código que aparece en cada java. A la par, tomamos muestras de los frutos brindados para analizar la calidad y dar una correcta retroalimentación en tiempo real al campo. Aquí, si en caso encontramos algún problema de calidad, algún problema cosmético o de condición, puedan corregir de inmediato.
Variedad BB3, válvula 7. Se da aviso por fruta roja con un porcentaje de 1%.
Gracias, QC Acopio. Pasamos a corregirlo de inmediato.
Por favor, corregir ante lo mencionado. Gracias.
Repetimos este proceso con toda la fruta que llega de campo y la almacenamos según variedad y cabezal. Acto seguido, paletizamos nuestros arándanos y los llevamos a la cámara de frío, la cual debe estar a 15 grados exactos. Al tener el primer batch de pallets, la llevamos a los túneles de frío, donde la enfriamos a temperatura de pulpa de 5 grados. Esto nos toma aproximadamente 40 a 45 minutos por pallet. Al tener la cantidad cerrada en el día, despachamos nuestros arándanos a 5 grados, permitiendo una variación de medio grado para abajo o para arriba en el traslado. Pasamos después a la cámara de manutención, que está en un ambiente climatizado a 5 grados. Revisamos la inocuidad del camión antes de cargar. Desde que el camión se despacha del fondo hasta que llega a planta, hacemos un seguimiento a tiempo real con GPS. Además, controlamos la temperatura y aseguramos su estabilidad. Esto se va a poner frío, así que me voy a abrigar.
Ahora estamos en la planta de empaque, donde hacemos posible que todo ese gran trabajo y amor que sucede en el campo pueda ser llevado a sus mesas y a las mesas de todo el mundo en forma de arándano de mejor calidad y sabor y excelente crunch. Vamos a mostrarles cómo hacemos esto posible.
Ahora que hemos llegado a la planta de empaque, podemos ver cómo la fruta es recepcionada en una cámara de frío totalmente climatizada. Y es aquí donde realizamos la primera evaluación en planta. Esto nos permite adelantarnos y saber cómo va a estar la fruta, inclusive antes de que pase por la máquina. Llevamos la fruta a la cámara de proceso, que se encuentra a 5 grados para ser seguidamente empacada. Llevamos el pallet a la cámara de proceso, donde contamos con 4 máquinas procesadoras de última tecnología, una Unitec y 3 Catos. Hemos llegado a pasar 10 toneladas por hora y eso significa que 43 millones de arándanos al día han sido fotografiados más de 36 veces y les han dado una vuelta de 360 grados para detectar los defectos internos y los defectos externos y así lograr de que cada cliente reciba lo que ellos quieren. Un paso muy importante en nuestro proceso es el aplicado de una cera natural mediante electrostática. Aplicar por electrostática nos ha permitido llegar a tomar rutas más largas sin tener que descuidar la calidad y así podemos ofrecerla en mejores condiciones de calidad, inocuidad y nos ayuda a combatir el desperdicio alimenticio. Esto nos permite asignar los arándanos por diferentes tamaños y descartar lo que no cumplen con nuestros estándares de calidad.
Desde el 2016, Santa Azul empaca la fruta desde la planta Agrocasa, ubicada en Supe a 183 kilómetros de la ciudad de Lima, la cual cuenta con una infraestructura dedicada y hecha exclusivamente para el proceso de arándanos.
Pasamos a las líneas de empaque, donde colocamos los arándanos en cada pote de plástico. Y podemos llegar a hacer cerca de 2 toneladas por hora por cada línea. Después de colocarle la trazabilidad a cada clamshell, pasamos a la estación de etiquetado, donde contamos más de un cabezal que permite que tengamos un flujo continuo, ya que la máquina fotoprocesadora está ligada a nuestra línea de empaque.
Finalmente, cada clam chile es colocado en una caja. Al completar la caja, le colocamos una etiqueta, de acuerdo a la trazabilidad.
Santa Azul trabaja con asesores de calidad especializados en post cosecha de QC Inspect, con un sistema de información único de la industria.
Conformamos el pallet, lo paletizamos, cerramos, para que vaya eso inmediatamente a los túneles de frío.
Los diferentes tipos de caja tienen un paletizado y ensunchado específico para evitar daños de manipulación en tránsito. Cada palet realizado se le asigna un número de tarja que sale de nuestro sistema ERP y es verificado nuevamente. Para un óptimo tránsito de la zona de proceso al túnel de enfriado, se utilizan montacargas eléctricos. Cada ambiente y pasillo de la planta están climatizados para mantener la cadena de frío.
Contamos con túneles californianos para poder enfriar el producto terminado en menos de 3 horas. Lo enfriamos a 0 grados para poder llevarlo a la cámara de manutención, que también está a esa temperatura.
La planta cuenta con 9 túneles de aire forzado. Desde el 2018 se ha potenciado más de la mitad de los túneles. Al enfriar la fruta, se toma en cuenta la posición de los pallets, el flujo de aire, temperatura objetivo junto con el control de termometría para optimizar el tiempo de enfriado. Se coloca sensores tanto en las caras externas e internas del pallet. Una vez con la temperatura de pulpa a 0 grados, los pallets pasan a la cámara de producto terminado. La planta cuenta con 3 cámaras de producto terminado, con un total de capacidad para almacenar 55 contenedores. Dentro de la cámara de producto terminado se mantiene un orden por embarque. En Santa Azul tenemos un tiempo entre 2 a 3 días en promedio que un pallet está dentro de cámara.
A 0 grados podemos hacer un proceso adicional, que es el embolsado o sellado MAP, o colocar las bolsas pallet para poder evitar la deshidratación de la fruta.
La bolsa pallet y la bolsa caja mencionadas para destinos específicos, las cuales están aprobadas por el país de destino y SENASA. El control de stop en cámara de producto terminado es de manera diaria, tanto por el equipo de despachos como el equipo de calidad, con fin de tomar acción ante cualquier eventualidad. Una vez programado el despacho, los pallets son transportados a la zona de carga. El andén de despacho debe mantener la temperatura a 0 grados. Para poder abrir el contenedor, se realiza la inspección de seguridad y verificación de seteo de la temperatura del contenedor.
Para cada despacho que tenemos, coordinamos con nuestra área de exportaciones y también con SENASA, quien es el ente que regula todas las reglas fitosanitarias de país a país.
Se tiene una planificación previa a la carga del contenedor para realizar una adecuada estiva.
Cumplimos con un riguroso seguimiento desde que se cierra el contenedor, con GPS y temperatura constante hasta que la fruta llegue a su destino. Además, contamos con un control de calidad en destino. Esto nos permite tener una trazabilidad del campo a la mesa. es una gran ventaja porque podemos hallar cualquier desviación de nuestro proceso a lo largo de toda nuestra cadena. Visitamos diferentes plantas en todo el mundo para tomar sus mejores prácticas. También estamos a la vanguardia de la tecnología que nos pueda ofrecer el mercado para ofrecer nuestro producto de manera consistente en el sabor, en la apariencia, en la calidad. Todo esto con el propósito de que ustedes en sus mesas puedan decir, wow, esta es la fruta más deliciosa que he probado.
Welcome back to the stage. I hope you enjoyed this virtual tour to Santa Azul. Thank you very much, Santa Azul, for showing your operations to the global blueberry community and participating in this year's IBO Summit. So now I'm here on the stage with the team from Santa Azul. I'm with Roberto Vargas, Managing Director, Alejandro Mujica, Operations and Finance Director, and by remote we are connected to Martín Vargas, Agriculture Director, who are here today to answer questions from the audience. Welcome.
Thank you, Luis Miguel. We're very proud and thank you for the opportunity to have us here in the IBO.
Hi, Luis Miguel. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you here in the stage today with us. So let's kick off the round of Q&A. We have a first question about technologies. I imagine, Alejandro, that this question is for you. With the technologies Santa Azul use, what is the post-harvest life of the blueberry?
So it depends a lot of what technologies we use, because we use a different variety of bags and control atmospheres. But on the best case scenario with MAP bags, we can get up to 50 or 60 days of post-life harvest and maintaining that crunch, that flavor that it's one of the things that our clients want the more.
Great to hear that 50 to 60 days of life. That really opens new horizons to be able to export to faraway countries. Great to hear that. We have Martín now joining us remotely. Hello, Martín. Can you hear us? Yeah? Let's go with our second question for the team from Santa Azul. What tolerance do you have for temperature fluctuation in the process?
Well, let's break up that question a little bit. So okay. The first thing, it's important during the process always to maintain a downward curve temperature. Okay? Not only to control the temperature, but also to control the humidity. Because what we want to do is reduce the dehydration to maintain the quality of the fruit. Okay? So that's the first thing. Do it fast, control humidity. The second thing is once you get to a temperature, you cannot go up. So it's always downward. If you have more than 1 degree of difference going up, you'll have condensation. If that happens, you'll have mold. And if that happens, your fruit is dead. So we tolerate a maximum of 1 degree.
1 degree.
A variability of 1 degree. We try to have it half up, half down, never more.
Okay, well, that takes a lot of professionalism, if you could say, to keep that range in just 1 degree. Well, that's a great job you guys are doing over there in Santa Azul. We are going with our next question. It's about wax coating. What kind of wax coating is put on the fruit to improve shelf life? What is the source of the coating? And is it done on all of your varieties? I think you showed something on the video about the wax coating. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Can you tell us something about this question? What kind of wax coating is put on the fruit to improve shelf life?
So is Martin on the line, or if you want, I can take that?
Yes.
Martin.
It is it's not a wax coating as it is a sugar. It is a natural sugar that we use. So it helps, as was explained by Ivan, helps reduce dehydration. The one we use is called Nature Cover. They are organic, so they don't carry any residues or anything. So, but they are, I think, like 3-4 other brands on the market. But it's not a wax. It's a natural sugar.
Great. It's a natural sugar. Okay, I don't want to. If you want to complement that with something else, or we jump into the next question.
We can jump into.
Okay. Let's try to cover as many questions as we can. So this question is about machine process. How does machine process affect the blueberry quality? We've heard about this regarding harvesting with the hands and not using much machinery. What can you tell us about a machine process affecting the quality of blueberries?
For us, it's a must given the amount of volume we have. We have state-of-the-art machines, which are the Unitec and the BBC Cato. Especially if you have travel lots, it really can clean up the fruit, which mostly it's not of our case because we usually have very good quality, but it does help us size, take out any defects. It could diminish a little bit the bloom, but most of the varieties we have very good bloom. So besides taking away defects, we don't see a real difference in the lack of a minor bloom. We don't see a real difference between one and the other.
Let me build a little bit up on what Roberto commented, because that's true if the machine works correctly. So it's very important to have a very finely tuned machine. If it's not tuned up, it can squeeze your fruit, it can cut your fruit. So the quality control along the process of the machine, it's very important. That's why, as you guys saw in the video, we do a quality check before the process and a quality check after the process. If we find the fruit is losing too much quality during the line, it means the machine is not working properly.
Okay, let's go into thank you, Alejandro, for that. Let's go to our next question. Is the relationship between Santa Azul and Agrocasa only use of packaging, or do you have some kind of commercial relationship where they share varieties? Can you talk about something?
No, we have a very good relation with Agrocasa. It's only a packaging relation in which we have some of our machines. They also have some of their machines, but we all pack in the same pack house. Agrocasa is a great company, and we're very happy to be able to work with them.
Great to hear that. And I think we have time for one more question. I don't know if this is for Martin. I think this one is for Roberto. Mm-hmm. Roberto, I know you export to many countries worldwide. Today, like for this season, to what destinations are you sending your fruit?
First of all of the fruit is marketed in a great way by our partners, Family Tree Farms. Around 60% of the fruit goes to the USA, which is where they have their headquarters, and it's our main market. 30% of the fruit goes to their office in the UK and Europe, and around 10% would go to China mainly and other Asian markets.
Great. We see this forecast from Peru of how a lot of focus also on the Chinese market, right? It's great that you're getting there with that incredible quality, considering that shelf life that Alejandro was talking about. Super important to be able to arrive, for example, to the Asian continent. I would like to have more questions, but I think that was we only had time for that last question. So again, I would like to thank Roberto, Alejandro, and Martin for taking the time to participating today in the IBO Summit. Roberto, Alejandro, thank you very much. Martin, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And with that, we have come to a close of our first day of the IBO Summit. I hope everybody has enjoyed the summit as much as I have. For tomorrow, we're going to start at 8 a.m. We are going to have 3 presentations with great speakers. We're going to have the avocado story with Emiliano Escobedo. Then we're going to have a round table about the future of counter-seasonal supply. And to close the day, we're going to have a presentation about Amy Howell, about the health halo. So please join us tomorrow for the second day of the IBO Summit. And just before I finish, just mention again that the commercial area, it's gonna be open so that you can visit them throughout the entire event. You can visit them this afternoon. It's gonna be open for you. Go ahead and explore, visit all of our sponsoring companies, and see you tomorrow.